This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where you bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
In compliance, the value of anonymous reporting is undeniable. But with Ethico, anonymity doesn't mean a loss of connection. Our blinded, two-way communication fosters an environment of trust and confidentiality, encouraging open and honest dialogue. It's not just about receiving reports. It's about understanding the story behind each one, creating a culture of integrity and respect. Transform your approach to anonymous reporting with Ethico. Begin your journey at ethico.com/CPN, where you can book a demo, access an exclusive white paper by Tom Fox titled The ROI of Compliance, and utilize our free ROI calculator.
Welcome to the Compliance Tip of the Day for March 18, 2024. Today I begin a two-part series on considering internal reporting from jurisdictions outside the U.S. These tips come to us from an article entitled How to Launch and Operate a Legally Compliant International Workplace Report Channel. Number one, look at laws which mandate whistleblowers' procedures. This group of law comprises mandates that require setting up a hotline in the first place. Obviously, Sarbanes-Oxley is in force, but there are other laws in jurisdictions outside the U.S. which protect whistleblowers from retaliation. There are at least two countries, Norway and Liberia, which require the general receiving and processing of public interest disclosures. Next, laws promoting denunciations to governmental authorities. This category includes laws relating to the reporting of illegal acts to governments. It encourages whistleblowers going forward, and it requires these to be not prevented by companies. Once again, the U.S. is very important around this, and you can use that. Next up, laws restricting hotlines specifically. This category is exemplified by EU data protection laws, which act to restrict companies' freedom to launch and operate reporting programs. Many countries still see hotlines as threatening privacy rights. So the four biggest hurdles of setting these up in the in the EU are restrictions against hotlines accepting anonymous reporting, limits on the universe of infractions which can be reported, limits on who can use a hotline and who can report through it, and hotline registration requirements. It's important that you consider these laws because under U.S. law, you're going to have an external reporting system or a hotline. So be advised of these, be aware of them, and incorporate any eccentricities of local law into your reporting system. You'll have to demonstrate to the Department of Justice why you may have put restrictions on some of your hotlines from jurisdictions outside the U.S. So you need to document what you have done, why you have done it, and how it complies with U.S. law going forward. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow where we take up some more issues. As you know, this month's sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, including this podcast, is Ethico. Have you ever wondered about the ROI of your compliance program or had concerns with presenting budget proposals to your CFO? Well, I partnered with Ethico to write a white paper on the ROI of compliance and how you can think through compliance as an investment strategy. Ethico has put together a ROI calculator for you. Check them out on the website. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The Compliance Tip of the Day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.